Hi, this is Donna Rixmann here in my home studio. We're going to do a chair yoga practice for a happy body and a happy mind. So get comfortable in your chairs so you can sit all the way back and start to bring your awareness into your breath. Just kind of notice where you're starting out today, physically, mentally, emotionally. Yeah, take 6 more deep breaths. And just sense into that inner core of who you are. Yogis believe that in that core there is just bliss and happiness. And the breath can often take you there. You might even think of the breath as you inhale, feel the breath come in through the nose and come all the way down past the lungs, all the way to the pelvic floor. And then exhale from the pelvic floor all the way up and out through the nose. And then bring the hands to the heart. Namaste hands. And then inhale, open them up. Open up the chest, bring the elbows a little bit behind you. We're not doing a straight arm here, it's bent. And then exhale back. And then again, open it up. And then exhale back. Following your breath. And then when you come back, you could just release the arms down and feel the shoulders relax down away from the ears. We're going to do range of motion. So do what you can. Inhale, come up, and then exhale down. If you have to make a modification, you just don't come as far up. And again, with the inhale, exhale down. Follow your breath. 3 more. And you're coming down from your last one. You could pause for a moment, take a breath, and then interlace the fingers. And you could bring the arms high. Straighten the arms as much as you feel comfortable. You're going to do a lateral stretch. Bring the feet a little bit apart so you feel that nice stability. And then inhale off to the right. And then exhale back to center. Inhale off to the left. And when you're exhaling back to center, you're also noticing an engagement in the core of the body. So like belly button towards the spine a little bit. And then when you come back to center, you could just bring the arms down. And this one, you could still, you could come a little forward on your chair because you want to be able to lean back a little bit. Now you're going to hold on to your chair and you're not so far that you're going to fall off, right? So inhale, stretch out the legs and open the chest. And then exhale, slide them back. If you have shoes on, just walk. Inhale like this. Inhale, open it up. You could look up a little bit and then exhale back, neck to neutral, don't look down. And then again. Three more. And last time, come out and hang out here. Now, some of you may be able to bring your hands on the seat of the chair. And depending on shoulder issues and such, you can just press into the hands. You don't have to lift up the hips, but you're pressing enough into the hands, you're going to feel as if you could lift your bottom up, even if it's not going to lift. And then relax. Or just do a gentle press, no lift involved. Inhale. Notice you're coming to a lovely back bend, opening up that heart, center of happiness. And then relax. And then bring the feet back in. I'll turn the chair around again so you can see me. Cat cow, you know this one well. On the exhalation, you're going to tilt back towards the tailbone and then inhale forward towards the pubic bone. Draw the shoulders back, chest open, a theme here. And then exhale back, lower the chin and forward. And then last time. When you come forward, then find your way back into that neutral position, which I know you know well, on those ischial tuberosities, on those sit bones. Your feet are flat on the floor. This one, you'll be doing a standing and then a squatting on this side of the chair, almost sitting down. But everybody does what they can. Bend your knees a little bit if it's too much to bend them a lot. So come and stand up, shift and lift. And I think I'm going to need a little bit of room for you to see my hands here. So this is some, the arms are going to be long and your palms are not going to be waving at me. They're going to bend from the wrist, okay? And then you're in the center of your chair. I'm making an adjustment, as you can see. And then exhale, push. So you're working the wrists as well as the other parts of the body. And then inhale, lift, palms down. And then exhale, push. And lift. Now, if you have issues with the knees, you could just do a slight bend. You don't have to come way down and up. One more. So you're up, you're going to bring your arms down on exhale, and you can stand behind your chair. Yeah, so just make your way safely around to the back of the chair. And your hands you should have enough room that you could step back a little bit from the chair, but you should have enough room you can step back and bring the knee up because you're going to be doing this movement here. On the exhalation, bring the right knee up. And then inhale behind you. It's a little bit of a balance pose because your foot is flat on the floor. And then exhale up. And then you could touch a little bit back or further back. Exhale up. This is all one side and away. And up. And if you want to get fancy and you only need one hand, when you come away, you could bring the left arm up. And then bring it down as you bring the knee in. And up. And in. And last time. And then bring it down. So we got another side to do. Let's do the first three without the arm, and we could add the arm in. Exhale, shift the weight into the right foot. Exhale, bring the left knee up, and then touch behind you. Again. And then you could raise the opposite arm up as you touch. And bring it down into the chair. 2, 3. And then bring it down. Now, a little bit of a balance here where you're used to doing this movement, but we're just going to bring that right knee up, going back to the first leg. And you could rest the leg like this or bring it in like this. It's up to you. Most important thing is that you're standing on that left leg. A little bit of a balance. So how much you hold onto the chair is totally up to you as long as you're safe. And breathe. Find a focal point. Something on the wall that's not moving is very helpful. And then exhale down and the other leg up. Hang out here for 6 more breaths. Hold down to the chair or not. And then exhale down. Good. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh. Oh. Bring the, stand back a little bit. Bring the left foot forward. And you might even be able to bring the right foot back a little bit. So like a warrior stand. And then, so the left foot is forward. Does everybody know their left foot? Yeah, okay. Bring the right hand on the chest. Your chest is facing towards the back of your chair. On the inhalation, you're going to open up. The legs are just going to stay where they are, but you're just going to open up the upper body. You're going to open up the heart. You're going to acknowledge all the happiness in the world or in your world, and you're sharing it with others. Like I have all this wonderful happy in me, and I'm going to share, I'm going to spread it around. 4th one coming up, last one. Come and open it up and stay. If it's comfortable. You could even look in the direction of the outstretched hand. And then exhale back. Once you have the hands on the chair and you could safely do so, you're going to change sides. I'm going to turn around so I could, like I do in class, so I could see you. All right. Left hand on the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Nice and slow. You're only doing 3 more. Slow motion. And then whenever you're finished, and don't hurry, just finish off your round. You can step forward and then step both feet back so that you could lean forward. There's a couple things you could do depending on how comfortable you are on you could do your hand and do your downward dog, or you could bring your forearms on the back of the chair, interlace the fingers and just stretch back. It's a little bit more of a stretch for the shoulders, or you can just default to the hands. And notice if you're feeling this behind the knees, you might need to soften those knees just a little bit, not a huge bend. And then let the tailbone kind of relax so you feel some spaciousness in that low back. And then on the next inhalation, you could slowly walk forward until you're nice and upright, just using the chair, as you need it. And you're still standing behind your chair. So I'm going to take advantage of that by doing some wide angle poses. You know this one well. We often do it because it's so good for the inside and the outside of the legs. The toes are kind of angled out so that when you bend the knee, there's this nice knee over ankle. If you're way beyond, bring it back a little bit because you want, when the most weight is here, you don't want it to be over here in the air. You want it to be right over the ankle. Okay. So toes are angled out. You're going to bend and return, squeeze the gluteal muscles, exhale, and inhale, return. Again. And if you don't need the chair, you don't have to use the chair. You can just bring the hands on the hips, or you could get fancy and bring the hands on the chest. And every time you come out, you could open the arms. Again, sharing that wonderful essence of the person that you are with everyone else in the room and in the world. And when you come back to center, just let's do a stay. Bend the knees and come into goddess pose. And again, if your knees are kind of cranky, you can come up a little bit. If you're feeling, knees are feeling pretty good, these muscles are feeling really good, I'm going to kind of sink down a little bit further. Inhale here. And then slowly come up. Sometimes that's the challenge of slowly coming out of a pose versus saying, well, I'm done. So walk the hands back in, the feet back in. Those extremities, I get them mixed up. So come and stand off to the side, come forward, and then just make a little journey back to your chair. Don't sit down quite yet. I know you were almost going to sit down, but don't sit down. And what you were doing going down, you could do that version. What you did with that version coming up, you could do the same thing coming down. Exhale and inhale. We don't have to do fancy wrists, but you could bring the fingers down and then bring the hands back, work the wrists again in a different way. Kind of like flowing like waves in the ocean. Your movements, your arms, your wrists. And then come and stay. You can bring your hands on your knees if you're feeling like your knees need a little help. And then you're going to kind of bend forward as you lower your bottom down to the chair. And you're right there. So your chair's there to receive you. Yeah. And then you could sit forward on your chair again. A little hip opener here as we wind down, out and in with that right leg. Figure fours, you're welcome to move into that if you don't have a hip replacement. I'm talking to students who have been with me before. For those of you who are new in the room, welcome, a special welcome. And you probably see some models of doing the figure four around you. Bring the ankle on the knee. And then you figure fours, you can bring your foot down Everybody, we're going to do the other side. Out and in. How do you feel? Yeah, check in. Figure fours. And then come back in and bring your feet wide as the legs of the chair. And then a little forward bend will help to also work with those hip flexors, get them nice and loose. Exhale down and inhale up. You could have the hands here in the crease to kind of bring a little awareness as to where you're coming forward. Or if that doesn't feel good, just bring the hands on the knees. Exhale. Draw the shoulders back. Inhale. And last time. And then when you come up, you could bring your feet in and do a little cat-cow. And then you could sit back in your chair. So exhale back towards the tailbone, lower the chin, feel that nice stretch in the back of the neck. And then inhale forward, draw the shoulders down and back, lift the chin. And that's all you got to do. Exhale, smooth your breath. Inhale forward when everything's nice and open. Exhale back. If you want to exercise those smile muscles, you could smile when you come forward and frown when you come back. Two more rounds. And then you could just come into neutral and sit back on your chair. Yeah, sit back on your chair, get nice and comfy. And close your eyes, don't leave too early. This is the best part. Bring your awareness to the breath. Each inhale and each exhale is such a gift. You could breathe down that central channel, meaning that when you breathe, you could follow the breath in, and then you might be able to feel it coming down the throat. But then after that, imagine that it's completely going through the lungs, filling it up, but coming down to the pelvic floor. This central channel, this place of calm and bliss. And then exhale the breath up and out through the nose. You don't have to do the hand movements. I'm just illustrating what the breath is doing. Inhale in and all the way down with a big, easy inhale, and then exhale. Everything deflates as the breath comes up and out. And just do it a few more times. And this is something that you can do if you're having difficulty going to sleep, or if you're feeling anxious. Just follow the breath. Follow the breath. And then on the inhalation, you can open the eyes for end of class. Bring the palms under the solar plexus like so. On the inhalation, draw a circle of light and health around you. Bringing the palms to the center of wisdom, the forehead, the center of love at the heart. Namaste. This is yoga clapping. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week or weekend or wherever you are. And I look forward to seeing you soon.